My name is Chuck Nelson, and I'm a volunteer with the Ohio Valley Environmental Coalition, and I come from the coal fields of West Virginia. I was listening to the Indians talk there a while ago, the Cherokees talking about, you know, how sacred the land was and how we should be good stewards of the land. I heard them talking about protecting their culture. I heard them talking about how they lived off the land. You know, the Appalachian mountain range is some of the oldest mountain ranges in the world. And they're a treasure not only for people who live in Appalachia, but for all America. This is a seedbed for the rest of the world. We have pristine streams there, the most biodiverse forest, one of the most biodiverse forests in the world. So we can live off the land if we have to. We can get our food, we can get our medicine, we can get our pristine water. What's happened lately is, instead of protecting our sacred lands and our cherished Appalachian mountain range, we're blowing them up every day. Where I live at, in the Coal River Valley in West Virginia, they let off 2,500 tons of explosives every day, blowing our mountains apart, destroying communities, poisoning our headwater streams. And the overburden that they blow off, they bury our streams up with it and eliminate all aquatic life in that area. People's water, where coal waste has got into the wells, has turned black. They've been contaminated with heavy metals. And coal affects all of us, from the burning all the way back to the extraction. And the most important thing is that we look at coal in the complete cycle, from the extraction to the burning process. And coal kills on any cycle that you look at. I was an underground coal miner for 30 years. And a lot of people wonder why, you know, I do what I do now. But, you know, when you start going into people's houses, I mean, I go into the houses that has triplets 2 years old that's exposed to this contaminated water. They cannot drink the water. They can't bathe in it. They can't wash their dishes in it. They can't wash their clothes in it. Instead, we go to our state government and ask them if they can supply emergency drinking water. And they said they don't have any funds for that. And so we have communities coming together, taking up donations, buying barrels, 55-gallon barrels, buying trucks, tanker trucks that bring in our water. And, you know, this is unreal to be happening in this time. You know, these things shouldn't be happening. And, you know, a lot of it, for our region, a lot of it is that, you know, Bush is always, you know, this is the industry that gave him $100 million when he ran for office, put him in office. And he's changing the laws to let mountaintop removal go forward. He changed the Clean Water Act to where when they buried the streams up, you know, it used to that you couldn't dump any waste in any water in the United States. And the overburden was considered waste until he went in, it was challenged. And he went in and changed the rules to consider, he changed one word, the word fill. And he changed it from waste to fill, where they was allowed to dump this waste, what we still look at it, into our headwater streams. And they're polluting all our headwater streams, and it don't stop there. I mean, once you start contaminating headwater streams, it goes right on down the line. So, you know, everybody's going to be affected by this. But just this past week, Obama, you know, he took a stand on his campaign and said that he would bring about an end to mountaintop removal, that there's a better way to... that there's a better way to mine coal than blowing off the tops of mountains. But we all know that coal is a major contributor to global warming, and we must phase it out. And he's been in office for 60 days now. We met last week with the EPA. We had several good meetings with them. We came back from Washington. We lobbied our representatives to sign on to the Clean Water Protection Act. And just this week, the EPA came out and said that they was going to deny 2 permits, and there was a backlog of permits because when the Fourth Circuit just recently overturned our federal judge's rulings, it opened the door for all these permits to start flooding in. And we haven't got a lot of mountains left in the area where I live at. One mountain we do want to save in particular, and it's called Coal River Mountain. It's really the backbone of our community. All to the right side of the Coal River and all to the left side is practically gone. They've dropped these mountains down 600 feet. They took the whole tops of them off. We did a study on Coal River Mountain. We found that they have excellent wind potential. And what we're pushing for is, instead of blowing that mountain up, is to put windmills up there. Because mining is just temporary jobs, temporary energy resources, mining the coal. But that wind will be there forever. It'll be jobs forever. It'll be an energy resource forever, and it'll be clean forever. So we're fighting to save that mountain right now. I mean, we literally go up there and chain ourselves down to this equipment to keep them from blowing this one mountain up. But now that the EPA has sent down this ruling, it gives us great hope that, the EPA will look at these, the impact of mountaintop removal on communities and on the environment. And a lot of y'all might have been up there at the Capitol Climate action that happened up in D.C. But when Obama was campaigning, he said, change don't come from Washington, but change comes to Washington. So that's what we did on March the 2nd when we did that action up there. But we all are a part of this revolution now to make a change. And I bring a message from, a lot of y'all know Larry Gibson, who lives on Cayford Mountain. I brought a message. He called me on my way down here today. He said he wanted me to remind y'all, do not stop what we're doing. Let's follow through with the plan. Let's make a change in the world. Let's make this a better world for our kids and their kids to live in. Thank you.